This episode of Sessions with Stef is brought to you by our partner, Fearless Sounds. Francesca Sacerdoti, along with her amazing team, take care of every artist's needs when it comes to marketing, playlist placement, advertising, and artist management. You can follow Fearless Sounds on Instagram and Facebook, or just give them a call at 514-409-6061. Thank you, Francesca, and thank you, Fearless Sounds. And now, we present to you our latest session with Stef. Yes, it is yet again another time for Sessions with Stef. This is our latest session, of course. It can't beat the next one because we're not there yet. And it shows I've been having some Birra Farelli, which is going to be one of our sponsors tonight. But we're going to get into the sponsors. I just want to say I want to welcome our guest, but I'm not going to introduce him yet because that's after the sponsors. Because I don't know why we just do it that way. We say the sponsors cool. And then we introduce. It's cool. But you see that it's going to be an awesome podcast. We've got M's artwork here in the back. I've got a nice type of beer. We're good to go. It's going to be a fun one. We just met. We've known each other through Facebook and stuff. Yeah. But we just met, 20 minutes ago.
We became besties.
And
just like that.
We're Instant. Buds and we're hanging out. Like, this is going to be a long night. So, just saying, this is Sessions with Stef. I totally love doing this podcast. I love vibing about music, talking to amazing artists like we have here. And I could do this all night long. It's a blast. So subscribe, YouTube. Of course, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of the above. But of course, we do this because we enjoy it and because we have some amazing sponsors. So I'm going to start by saying our first sponsor, our regular sponsor, which is Van Cropsel Real Estate from Remax Alliance, I believe.
Yes.
It's a Remax Alliance, Van Cropsel. He does residential, he does commercial real estate. You need him to buy any house, you want to sell your house, you want to look into just buying real estate, you go with Van Cropsel. He's a really good dude. You can find them at
438-402-9471. VANC at remax-quebec.com and vancropsel.com. Thanks so much, Van.
Amazing. By the way, that's Lisa in the background.
Hello.
She is manning all the buttons there.
I'm manning.
Yeah, you're manning the buttons, doing all the... She bails me out of all the... every time I get stuck or I don't know the phone number. That's what she does.
Often.
Yeah, quite often, that's for sure.
I'm the net.
And the next sponsor is Birra Farelli. Now, Look how cool that is.
Yes.
Look how cool. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
He does all kinds of beers. He sells to, I guess, grocery stores.
Restaurants, bars, depths, grocery stores. And he will be selling to the public soon.
Yes, I think he's opening a micro.
Yes, exactly. Right? So it's going to be soon, but now you can still get the beer at the grocery stores, the restaurants, the bars, the depths. So it looks super amazing. Thank you so much, Birra Farelli.
And not only did he sponsor us, he sent us a case of beer. Like, This dude is the best. And by the way, he's got like some crazy beers. I saw espresso beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a Rosso, which I took. I don't know, look cool. It looks like a Ferrari in the front.
Yeah.
But he's got different...
Zucca,
what was the other one?
There's Zucca, there's Limona, there's Biondi, or Bionda, sorry.
The blonde beer.
Yeah.
So, okay, wow.
Yeah, so there's a few of them, and they look absolutely succulent and amazing.
Fantastic. Wow, amazing.
Now, you can follow them on Facebook, Birra Farelli. That would be under Frank Fanelli. On Facebook. So if anybody is interested in knowing more about the beer, please touch base with him.
Yeah, or come here with us and have a beer because we got a case here. Anyway, just saying. And then our third sponsor is someone who...
It's an SOS contractor.
Renovations.
Everybody loves to do those.
Yep. And you need someone trustworthy because these guys, man.
Yes.
I've seen like... I once did a renovation in my house, and in the middle of the two walls, they left all the dirt and shit.
Oh, no.
Right? Because they were closing it up. Instead of cleaning it out, they just put the sheet of Chiprock.
Oh, no.
They're not trustworthy.
Yeah. No.
But SOS...
Contractor is
amazing. He is totally trustworthy.
Yeah.
He does all kinds of renovations, home, especially, of course.
Yeah, home, kitchen cabinets. They do the kitchens. They do the bathrooms. They do massive renovations, and they do stairs, they do everything. So these guys are fully equipped. There are two partners. One is Mark Zenga, who is actually the contractor, and then you have Davide, who works with Mark. And SOS Contractor is actually, they're very professional and they're on the ball. So if you ever need a quote, if you never ever need to contact them, you can always do so. And I will get you their number right now.
She's scrambling to get
There
that
it
phone
is.
number.
They are located at 2500 Rue Jarry East, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. You can go to their website at soscontractor.com or info@soscontractor.com. So they are available as well on Facebook under SOS Contractor. So guys, give them a try if you're looking to renovate.
Thank you guys, thank you sponsors, thank you everyone, thank you subscribers, all of that. Now we get into it. I'd like to introduce Stephen Voyce. Thank you so much for coming onto the podcast.
Thank you for having me. And my presence is brought to you by Naya. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not.
That's a good sponsor too.
Naya sponsor me. I drink a lot of you, Naya.
So this came about, like I said, we never met, but a few people told me, you got to call Stephen, you got to get him on the podcast. And the minute I looked up some of your stuff, I was like, yeah, I got to get him on the podcast.
Awesome.
So at least to Claudia and Casey and Casey Ryan as well.
He's good people, yeah.
Yeah,
and they both are.
And I saw you on, I believe it was CTV, or was it?
Yeah, it was City TV.
City TV,
Is that the same thing?
Was it Pamela?
Pamela, yeah.
It was with Pamela, right?
Yeah,
okay.
For the New Year's the countdown.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was cool to be there at the end of the year to close the year. They've been super kind to me and really awesome. So shout out to Pamela. She's
amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
So Stephen, I mean, he's going to get into himself, into what he does, because I just learned he does more than what I thought he did. I know you're a singer for sure. You sing like a motherfucker.
Oh, thank you.
Producer.
Yeah.
You put together songs. Did you study music by chance? Is it just
so funny
a knack?
Music for me was one of those things that I grew up in a household that listened to music. When people hear me, they always say like, you sound like Michael Jackson. There's a Michael Jackson flair to you, and that's because like my mom was obsessed with Michael Jackson.
Okay.
So I grew up in just hearing like Thriller and all these songs, and my mom loved Michael, and I loved the way she loved Michael.
Okay.
And I wanted to be like Michael because of that. Because you see how much he's infatuated by this person, and I was like, I want people to want to like see me like that. So. Yeah. I studied Michael Jackson, and as a kid, I would sing his songs. I would try to dance like him. Can't dance like Michael. That's a different level. I tried. I got the voice down. And as time went on, I just music just became so entrenched into me.
How old were you when Michael was your?
Oh, I can't even remember a time in my life where Michael Jackson was.
So at a young age.
Yeah. I can't remember a time. I really can't. I feel like Michael Jackson was there. Like in my childhood, and has been a part of my life ever since. I wish I could have met Michael Jackson, honestly. I wish I could have.
The good thing is that you pick, when you're a kid, you don't really know what talent is and what talent isn't. It could have been Milli Vanilli, right? Luckily, you chose fucking one of the best of all time, and holy shit, and if you have to emulate someone, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
The guy is a beast. He's a monster. He's
legend, and I remember I would watch his shows. And he'd be performing, and you'd see the crowd, and some people would be crying, and they'd be fainting, and just the way he was able to convey his emotions through his sound. Yeah. I wanted to do that. I wanted to sing and have people feel what I was feeling, and that's why it became so important to me in my music. That my music is always an emotional response to my life. Like whether it's a good moment or a sad moment or a happy moment, it's always a reflection. I don't make music about just anything. Yeah. Like if someone tells me make a song like this because reasons, I'm gonna say no. Like it has to really come from a place. So like every single song needs to feel like a snapshot of my life in the moment it was created.
Wow.
And that's because of artists like Michael Jackson and even artists like Eminem, who's very controversial, especially when back in the day.
Yeah.
But every single album, he was telling the story of his life at the time, and that became so important to me. Having these two great artists be these idols in my life really, I think, transformed the person I would become.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm a musician. I've been playing for years. I never. Okay, I don't sing. I sing backup because I play piano, so I can do harmonies and stuff. But it was never, I never got to that level
Yeah.
with music because I just like, oh, look at that riff, that shot, that punch, that harmony,
Yeah.
those chords. And lyrics is something that like I never dove into.
Yeah.
But a couple of times I did, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that just adds
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
And then when you get to that level where, no, this is a snapshot of my life, that's like you're,
Yeah.
heads and tails above and beyond because that's, well, it's true though. It is art.
Yeah.
And if, the artist M here did this and if a part of his life is here,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. It's
it's
forever there. Yeah.
It's forever there, and and he can explain it super profound. I can say some nice colors, it's appealing, but he can go in and say, well,
And dive.
when I was 8,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and that's amazing, and props to you for that.
Thank you.
But besides just singing, producing, you dabble in acting.
Yeah.
So you're just in the arts. You're the guy.
I love, like, music is always going to be like the cornerstone of my life. Like
Okay.
that is what I am. Like, without music, I might as well not be breathing. Like,
Gotcha.
that's just what I do. But I just love all things artistic. But I'm also huge in science and math. Like, I as a kid, I studied electrical engineering. Like, yes,
Really?
yes, I studied electrical engineering at McGill University, and for me, it was like these two worlds, like arts and math. They're not separate. Like, for me, they're one.
So you chose the one that has no money. Sorry.
I was like, you know what?
I don't want to make 200,000 a year.
Why do I need that? Why do I need that? No, but like it's like I just love because for me the universe is the language of, for me it's the language of math and music, like and I'm fascinated beyond measure of just the vastness of the universe and how we're here and why we're here and how it all comes together. And I can keep myself up at night just thinking about the illogical things that make up the universe, and just go like, wow, it's so fascinating that like we're a walking, talking contradiction that shouldn't be, and yet here we are, and all these calculations and algorithms make our universe, and I think about that, and for me that's also poetry. So they're both one and the same.
Okay, so you have it all, is what you're saying.
I'm just a nerd. I'm just a nerd.
Fuck. But you know what? There's nerds, and then there's artists, and you have it all.
Nerdy
what
artist.
the fuck? That's amazing.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
Thank
Like, to me, when I took accounting once.
Yeah.
It lasted like a month. What am I doing? I hated it. Every being of it.
Yeah.
The fact that you enjoy that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I do weird things. Like a few days ago, I started getting to ChatGPT just because I was like, I want to see what this thing does. And so I just started asking it questions about calculus. And so me and ChatGPT have just been chatting about like calculus and like differential equations and solving problems together. And I've even had ChatGPT make mistakes in their math, and I corrected ChatGPT. Yeah, I'm just
Whoa.
on my spare time, by the way.
You tutor? You tutor math?
No, I don't tutor back, but I could though. So like,
You could?
Yeah.
Shit, my daughter. I need to find this. My daughter. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's there's not many of you. Like, globally, there's not.
Crazy people we are.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful because like I said, accounting for me or finance, I kind of like it. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Because I admire science. I admire all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But the way you mix them together.
Yeah.
That's like, whoa.
You know what's funny, and this is not off topic, but like you talk about accounting and finance. I love math that is grounded on like the nature of the universe. Math that is made up by humans for the sake of like commerce and things like that.
Yeah.
It's not grounded on physics or chemistry or biology. So that I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just because it's just there. But it's important, but it doesn't operate, it's not what the universe is operated on. But things like physics, quantum physics, chemistry, all those things, I'm like, let's talk about
the things
that.
that made me
Theory
throw up.
of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
No,
deep.
no offense to all the people that do accounting and all that stuff. I'm not saying that you guys are amazing.
No.
It just doesn't. I can't. It doesn't.
Without those people, we're dead.
Yeah, I can't do my taxes. So shout out.
Wait, I would,
Shout out to my accountant. She's awesome.
sadly, I have a knack for all of that stuff.
Okay.
Like, sadly, I get the tax, the 15%.
Yeah.
I run it through, and I don't like the fact that I like it.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. I hate myself.
kind of bothers me. I kind of hate myself. Like, why do I know this? I shouldn't. But anyway, okay. So producing. This is where you did you start producing? Did you start singing? Was it all a mix? Did you end up on stage saying, wow, I love this. You have a mic and people are watching, and like, this feeling fucking rocks. Is that how it happened, or?
It was. I know in high school, I wanted to sing, and I got into like little music groups with my friends, but they're nothing serious. I just wanted to sing.
Yeah.
This is when I graduated and actually was in university that I was walking one day and I walked into this clothing store, and they were having this rap battle. Like, and I was just like, this is really cool. So I was just there just watching people rap battle, and it was this guy, I knew him, and I was like, hey, haven't seen you in a while. And he's like, yeah, I got into music production. And he said like, what are you doing here? I was like, well, I sing. He said, you sing? I'm like, yeah, I sing. So he gave me his CD at the time. That's I'm aging myself. He gave me his CD, and he's like, I have some beats on this. Like, listen to them, and if you like these, let me know. So I listened to them. There were 2 songs that really spoke to me. I wrote songs to them, sent them back. So it started with songwriting, singing and then songwriting. And then I got to a point where I realized that I wanted to be able to translate everything that was in my mind. And I had a hard time, speaking to another producer and just going like, hey, this is how I wanted to go. And then having them do it, I wanted to be like, no, I want to be the person that it's in here and it's going to come out through here. You know, so I decided to learn how to produce. And at the time, people told me you can only be one of those 3 things. You cannot be a singer and a songwriter and a producer. You have to choose one. And I just said, no, I don't want to do that.
Anything,
I'll do what I want. And I did. I was very stubborn. I stumbled along the way. I made a lot of terrible songs, but like you can't get to the point where you're doing great things if you don't do terrible things. Or not like terrible things. I mean, like you make mistakes along the way. Don't do terrible things. Yeah. Don't take it out of context.
I made so many mistakes on stage, and that's how you learn.
That's how you learn. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I people are watching.
Okay.
Let's get into a video.
Let's do it.
I want to show your chops, because when I looked at this video, whoa, this motherfucker can sing, man. Sounds great. So let me get into it. You do a lot of work with Ozo?
Oro, that's my girlfriend.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Things always change, and I know the truth. I can't stay the same, but you're asking me to.
When was this released?
This came out last year, actually, as part of my album, The Emancipation of Eze, and was.
I'll try to stand by you.
Yeah, this song came out of nowhere. When I was working on the album, this one, I was done recording a bunch of songs, and I just hit the keys, and I was just like, this is something, and I just started.
Wow,
that was it. Oh, the chorus, but hey, here we go.
I don't really think I can play the part. Why do I feel this emptiness inside my heart? I try to feel you, but it's lost on me. Whatever I show is a mask on me. But I stand by you. But I feel nothing inside. But I feel nothing. I still stand by you. But I feel nothing inside. But I feel nothing. How can I choose when I can't see within?
I see a Weekend vibe.
Yeah, so the funny about The Weeknd is like I think we started around the same time, not knowing, because he's from Toronto and Montreal, and we just had very similar styles, even just hair-wise. And everyone was just like, there's like, you remind me of The Weeknd, and it's just like, because we're both children, I call it children of Michael. We're both influenced by,
he is too?
Yeah, both influenced by Michael Jackson.
Stand by you.
Beautiful song, man.
Thank you.
I hope that I can stand by you. Hey, I don't really think I can play the part. Why do I feel this emptiness inside my heart? I try to feel you, but it's lost on me. Whatever I show is a mask on me. But I stand by you. But I feel nothing inside. But I feel nothing. I still stand by you. But I feel nothing inside. But I feel nothing. You can put me in this box. Close to the lid and top it off.
track.
Production, yeah. It's one of those songs I'm really, really proud of.
Escape. You can't put me in this box. Close to it and top it off. I know I will still escape. I know I will still escape. I don't really think I can play the part. Why do I feel this emptiness inside my heart? I try to feel you, but it's lost on me. Whatever I show is a mask on me. But I stand by you. But I feel nothing inside. But I feel nothing. I still stand by you. But I feel nothing inside. But I feel nothing. You can't put me in this box. Close to it and top it off. I know I will still escape. I know I will still
So that's Jessie Nadeau. Jessie Nadeau is an amazing actor from Montreal, and so she played the representation of the song, and my girlfriend Oro Marzo, she directed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love keeping it like in the house and we just create our stuff
Absolutely.
together.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really love it. It's I see the emotion in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the album.
Yeah, so the Emancipation of Eze, it came, so it's when in 2023, when the year first started, I released a song called Scream, which is the other video I sent you.
Yeah.
I released that song, and that was a very mainstream pop sound. I really love that song. But I wanted that song to set up the pace of the year. But I had no clue where else I wanted to take the year. After I did that song, I released another song called Time that features Claudia Lenti.
Okay.
And it's a very different song. It's much more emotional driven. And I released that, and the reaction to both songs was just like, people really love these two songs. And I sat there and I realized something. I was like, I feel like I've created the beginning and the end of something, and everything in between is missing. And funny because the last album I released before that was back in, I want to say 2017, and 2016 actually, and I took a break and I just released only singles.
Okay.
But I had no intention of doing any more albums. I said, like, I've done all the albums, there's no point doing any more albums, but something called to me to just make an album.
Yeah.
And so I just went with the flow, went with the feeling, and I locked myself in my studio for like a period of 2 weeks, and I just created whatever wanted to come out of me. And I realized what was coming out of me was this project I was talking about, me freeing myself from the shackles of what I thought expectation was. Because a lot of the songs, they talk about freeing yourself, about, addressing the fact that sometimes you feel like you're holding yourself back and you can't keep being this person, or talking about the industry as a large and how sometimes it could try to change you, but you just like, I'm holding my ground. I'm saying, I want to be the person I am. So I think that's why I called it the emancipation, which really means it's like the definition of true freedom of Eze, and Eze being my one of my Nigerian names, short for Eze Chinyere.
Okay.
So that's why I called it Emancipation of Eze. It was just me really reclaiming my freedom. And that's what the album's about. And yeah, it just came out of me, and I just knew that's what needed to happen. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't something I thought about. It wasn't a plan. It was a reaction to the world reacting to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. It really was just like,
Wow.
It started, I forget which, the first song after Scream and Time, I think it was Stranger Than Fiction. And I just started creating the song, and I made a song, and I was just like, I got more in me.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to finish,
Yeah.
we're not finished, but we'll keep talking, man.
Yeah.
And at the end, we'll play out with your video.
Cool, awesome.
To show Scream.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'll be awesome, too.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it is a great tune, very
Yeah,
catchy,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's a good tune. So,
Thank you.
Okay, so the album comes out.
Yeah.
I don't want to go dark here,
Yeah.
but I want to ask, because you sent me a message, and,
Yeah, I
and I
did.
felt for you. Through that message, I was like, oh, man, poor dude. Because something happened with Spotify.
Something happened with Spotify.
So, yeah, explain.
I'll talk.
'Cause you can definitely explain it better than I can.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what happened. So after I released this album, the reception of this album again was so great that I felt the need to add to it. So I started recording in the fall. After sitting with the project for a while, I was like, I want to add more. So I started recording some more songs, and I ended up with seven new tracks.
Oh.
7 more songs. So it went from 10 to 17. And I said, I'm going to release, rather than release this as a separate project, I'm going to add, because I feel like it was adding to the story. It wasn't something new, it was
Yeah.
more. So I released an extended version of the album that I called the Royal Edition.
Okay.
And I put it out, and people loved the new song, the new project. And it felt great to do that. I felt like I'm continuing this tale.
It's a story.
That started with Scream. Here we are
Yeah.
on October 6th with the release of the extended version, and that's what came out. Again, the reception was great. And then a few days ago, actually 2 days ago, I was on my phone and I got an email from my music distributor, and it says, alerts, two of your songs have been reported for essentially fraud, Spotify stream fraud. They were on the. I don't know what happened. I think their algorithm just thought that two of these songs I was using, streaming farms or whatever the case. I don't know what they are.
Stems from
to try to boost the numbers. And because those two songs were part of that project, they shut down the whole project, and it was removed from Spotify, from Apple Music, iTunes. And it was just very, very frustrating because it's like, this is a body of work that, like, this was like the pinnacle of everything I was working towards that year. And so right now it's the extended version is off of the stores, and I'm trying to get it back. I'm appealing because I wish I understood where this came from, because
And no one could call you and say
no,
like,
it's just like I just got the email, and it was instantly the reaction from them was to just take it down. There was no like, hey, let's talk about this. It was just like, no, it's gone. So that it kind of frustrated me, because as an independent artist, you put a lot of your blood, sweat, and tears, and your financial investments into your projects. And when something like this happens, it's like they're literally taking a piece of you and just removing it. And so I'm appealing right now because I didn't farm any streams. Like you as artists, we submit our music to playlists and to try and get them to like play our music. So if one of the playlists ends up using bots or something, it's like you can't control. It's what's unfortunate, is that you can't control what people are going to do with your music once it's out there. If someone decides, I love this song so much, I want to support him, I'm going to go try and get as many views, and they use bots or something.
Bots to get it.
Can't do anything about it. So I just feel like maybe it's something that maybe these platforms need to revisit, is like, hey, don't punish the artists for things that are outside of their control. Like, why are you punishing the artists? Like, go punish if it's a playlist that is cheating, go punish the playlister. Do something to get rid of bots off of your platform, but don't attack artists that are working hard. Like, it feels weird to me that is the response. Like, I'm not throwing any shade at Spotify. I'm sure they're trying to find the best routes to deal with this, but I don't think attacking the artist is the approach.
Well, especially when, like, it's like you said, it's my hard-earned money and work, and it's part of my life is there.
Yeah.
And you didn't do anything. You just created music.
I I created music, and I'm trying to get it heard and get it seen. And
as artists, we don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even know where to go. Like, bots.
I don't. Yeah.
That's not what we do.
I don't. I'm in the middle of recording the next album to come out in June. I don't. Even if I knew how to stream farm, I don't have the time.
I didn't know that was a word.
I don't even I learned it. I learned it in that email. so I don't
Part
have
of a farm.
I don't know who these people, little robots walking around in a farm trying to stream play. I don't know. So it's like, I don't have the time or patience for any of this stuff. And as an artist, you want to do everything to protect what you've created. Why would you do anything to jeopardize that? So I found it really odd of an approach. But listen, I'm appealing through my distributor. They've been really kind. Their name is.
And in the end, what does it give you? Like, if you have fake numbers listening to you, what does it give you?
It gives you nothing.
Yeah.
It gives you nothing.
It gives you nothing. You're not making money on it.
No.
So it's not like I'm making that much more money because I have 1 million streams.
No.
I'm not really. I'm making $20. Like,
Yeah.
it's not worth the chance that happens. So what's the...
I don't know. It was really weird. It's like, honestly, when it happened, you know when you think, this is not real. Like, I just thought like it was one of those like phishing emails that you get where you're just like, no, I'm not clicking on this.
Just give
link.
us $50 and we'll settle it for you.
Like, click on this link and put in your password. Nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. So I just assumed that's what it was. But what I always do before when I get emails like that is I actually check the email. And I look at them like, does it look real? And if it looks real, I'm gonna go to the dashboard, the portal I log into. I'm not gonna click on their links.
Yeah.
And I went to the portal and I saw it and I was like, no, the album is taken down. And instantly, like when I saw the word taken down, it's like You know what it is? It's hard. I feel like everything just went hazy because I was just like, I don't understand. Like, and what do I do? Like, I didn't know it at that moment. I was just like, what do I do? Like, how did this happen? And why am I in this position? Like, it was weird because you go from one moment where you're in one completely different headspace to the next moment where you're just like everything is just changed. And you don't know why everything is just changed, and you're trying to troubleshoot and figure out, and you're writing your distributor, you're trying to, and that's just where I've been. So it was a rough night, it was a rough morning, but listen, I'm staying hopeful, and I have a really awesome like fan base. They've just been showing support and telling me like, you got this, and so I believe I'm gonna get it back one way or another. I'm at the point where I don't even care if they let me put it back up and you reset the streams to 0, I don't care. Because for me, it's not about inflated numbers. I don't care about that. If 50 people really love the project, I've won already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's groups that you can probably some class action lawsuit of something, because that's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. I don't want to get to the points of I have faith that they're going to fix this issue, but I really, Spotify, if you guys are listening,
man.
Like, you need to work on this situation. If it's your algorithm that is maybe prematurely released and it's maybe detecting certain things that are off, but like not accurately, look into that.
Yeah.
But you can't just...
Let's get a human in there and actually do the research. How about that?
Yeah.
How about fucking crazy, wild shit like that, man?
Let's not jump the gun and start punishing artists for things, especially when you know full well that it might have nothing to do with them.
Kind of like Ed Sheeran ending up in court, because of a chord progression that I've played 5 million times.
Yeah.
And he's in court, even though his melody is completely different.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is he wasting his time?
Yeah.
This poor dude just writes music. He writes good music, good singer. He's an artist.
Yeah.
Yes, he wrote a chord progression that's been used.
I think they've all been used at this point.
They've all been used.
They've all been used.
And, he was great. He went in court, played the same chord progression, and signed 30 songs in front of the judge.
Yeah.
But why do we have to waste our time with stupidities like that? It's annoying.
Sometimes I just feel like someone wakes up and chooses violence. Someone wakes up and just like, I'm just going to mess up someone's day because reasons, and it's going to be you. And
I think I really, really hate corporate bullshit. Like pencil pushers.
Yeah.
That know nothing about, and it doesn't have to, I'm not only music, it's everyday job, everywhere. It's like there's levels, and at a certain point, that guy there doesn't know what this guy's doing, but he's giving him, like, he's not on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, once in a while, just come on the floor, man.
Yeah.
And then, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right? You come up with a crazy idea, like, I'm going to put together this algorithm that just shuts fucking 50,000 artists in 1 minute.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Fuck.
It's crazy because who would think that I'm going to do that? Like, who would think?
Right.
And it's one thing to, like, listen, if it was some big artist that is inflating the numbers and you do that, okay, but you're a small independent artist. Like, you're trying to just do something to just make, you're trying to get by with this thing, and you get shut down. It's like, it's everything for you because now you've shut down a portion of your livelihood just because you didn't think that through.
It's not even you didn't think that through.
Or you did think it through.
You probably did, but
Yeah.
Like I've done this podcast, and sometimes I'll put, not on this podcast, but other I'll put like a little faint mix in the background.
Yeah.
And I get like these copyright infringements. I'm like, dude, it's so background music. I'm not stealing. I'm not making money with this. It's just an ambiance that I'm putting.
Yeah.
Whatever, the quote unquote bot or AI says, oh, that's no good from minute 1 to minute 104.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
I think that's my biggest fear with a world that I see it happening where we're more and more we're trying to replace certain things with AI. And listen, I think the future is, maybe because I grew up on Star Trek, and I grew up in a world where like AI wasn't meant to replace people, it was meant to enhance. Yeah. Like, and for me, it's like, I always thought about like, Captain Kirk going like, tell me what trajectory we're on. I was like, we're here, blah, 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 blah. You're like, cool. You didn't replace the captain with AI. But I feel like we're in a world where they're trying to replace everything with AI. That's like, can I just speak to someone? Can I speak to a person, not like an algorithm that's going to be like, sorry, you know?
And that's why I have faith, because I know that they're going to try. Big business is always going to try to save money, and then, but this is never going to be replaced.
Yeah, no.
So I don't care how good, and ChatGPT is fucking good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm like, whoa, this just blew my mind. But you want to sell something? I can sell you this beer.
Yeah.
AI will not sell you this beer,
Yeah.
no matter how beautifully written it is.
Yeah.
It's still not, the passion that I have for
Yeah.
this beer is not going to come through.
Yeah.
And sales is where the foundation of everything, I think.
Yeah.
So, I have faith that, some people are going to lose their jobs, but it'll be turned around with something else, hopefully, What's in store? What's up? What's your vision now musically for...
Yeah, so...
Do you ever hit the stage with, do you do some shows and stuff? You do tons of shows?
Yeah, the last show I did was with a group called, I guess an event group called Afro-Quebec, or Afro-Keb.
Okay.
And it was, I want to say it was in December. And I did a show I think it was like an hour-long show. And I wanted to bring in all the artists that I've collaborated with over some time now. So really close friends of mine. So we did this hour-long show where it just felt like I was just partying with my friends on stage.
Sweet.
It just felt like...
Where was this?
I forget the name of the theater, and I feel so bad because I say it all the time. But the one time I need to say it,
You're on camera. Look
I'm like, hey, it's called that place.
Okay, cool.
It's on my Instagram, so just scroll through my photos. You see a photo of me performing. I always shout them out, and this is just weird.
Beautiful. Okay.
Anyway, go check them out. They're awesome. But yeah, I did the performance there, and it was just a blast. It was
all
just,
your stuff?
Yeah, it was all my stuff.
Beautiful.
And I started the show with, it was just like, me, and then as the show progressed, I brought in different artists for different things, and it was just so much fun. It felt like I was reliving the moments when we were making those songs, going back to I think the song, one of the songs was back, I would say 2012.
Wow.
So it just felt like I was going back in history and reliving my own journey.
Beautiful, yeah.
So it was really cool. So yeah, that's the last show I did. But now I was working on the next album. Now the goal is to get the previous album back up.
Yeah.
But I'm working on the next album. I haven't said the name of the album anywhere yet.
Oh.
Do you want me to say it here
Well,
first?
I wouldn't want to put you in an awkward situation, but if we can break it here...
Might as well.
boys,
Might
get
as
him a
well.
piece.
Let's do it. So the next project I'm working on is called the Audio Shock Therapists.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's
The Audio Shock
Yeah, the
Therapist?
Audio Shock Therapist.
Love it.
And when I worked on the first song, it was in January. I recorded the song. I was like, this is the beginning of something, and I'm getting vibes of audio shock. And as I kept going, I was like, therapy, and I kept going. I was like, the audio shock therapist.
Oh, beautiful name.
Yeah, and it's a departure from the Emancipation of Eze. It's still very emotional, but the way I approached this one, there's also a lot of songs that are also just fun songs that are in there. Because the Emancipation of Eze was a very emotional album. This one, like I said, is still emotional, but I'm also playing around.
Okay.
But it's just the way I'm approaching it that it just feels different, and the phrase that keeps playing in my head is the audio shock therapist. So
I love it.
So that's what it is, and I think people are going to enjoy it. And I'm not going to talk about the theme behind it just yet, but I wanted to reveal the
that's
name.
good.
I've been waiting to reveal it. So you guys are awesome.
I
So
love it, man. That's
like
great.
it.
the audio shock therapist.
That's fantastic. I have to put you in touch with a friend of mine who's an independent artist.
Yes,
as well.
absolutely. Yeah.
She does December Rose. I play with her a shit ton in different projects and stuff. But she has a similar story to you.
Yeah.
Independent artist that writes all her music, lyrics, melodies,
That's awesome.
chords. And she gets together with different producers. And I don't know if you've ever read into her, but I think I see a good vibe.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because she's very deep with what she writes. She talks a lot about abuse and mental abuse and what she's lived in her life, and it comes across in her music.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just
No, I would love it, and I can't wait, honestly, for people to hear it. I finished recording all of my parts. The production is all done essentially. I'm now waiting for different artists to send me their verses because I wanted to collaborate a lot with even different people I haven't worked with before.
Sure.
But there's always staples that come back with my music, and Claudia Lenti is always one.
Claudia's great.
Claudia,
She was on Sessions
She's
with
very
Stef. She's
good.
fantastic.
I'm always like, anytime I have an album or something, it's like, Claudia, I don't know what the song is yet, but you're on it.
You're on it.
I don't know what it is.
Good for her.
I have no clue what it is, but you're on it. And my best friend, Jess Abram, I met her, like, I want to say 10 years ago now, and ever since we've met, like, every time I have an album, I ask her, like, hey, you have to be on it. And it's the same story. I'm like, I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
But you're on it.
You're on it.
You're on it.
That's
Just
amazing.
expect a call any day with me going like, this is it. Check your Instagram or check your email. I sent you something, and there was like, yeah, just do it. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah.
Funny story with Claudia Lenti. So the guy here, M, who does this art, he's a singer.
Yeah.
And I played with him many times, and he was the house band at a restaurant in Little Italy called Pietro Piano.
Yeah.
And so I would sub. I wasn't with him every day, but he would call me whenever he needs someone, and I would come and play piano with him. And one night, Claudia was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, she was part of the people, and she knew him, and they're talking, having, we had a drink and whatever, all of that. And Claudia Lenti was with someone that I knew, and she works at Canada Post, and I work at Canada Post, and I was like, oh, you work at Canada Post, we shot the shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple of weeks later, it's like, we became friends on Facebook, and then I see a video. She's a singer?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, whoa, this is some fucking heavy shit, like
Yeah.
really good stuff, And I'm like, wow, Claudia, we met, we work at the same place, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I was playing that, like, how come you didn't mention that? Like,
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know, I said, okay, come on the podcast. And then on the podcast, it's like, oh, you like Latin music? I love Latin music. And it was a whole, this person, that person, this person. Yes, I worked here, I worked there. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, what a small world from
world.
someone that I had no idea,
Yeah, yeah.
And she's a beautiful person.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Great what she does. She's amazing. So it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to see her working with someone like
Yeah.
you. It's great.
No,
It's
I
great.
love working with her, and it's always, whenever I have ideas of like songs that I know other people are gonna be like, I don't know about that one. I'm always like, Claudia, she's always like, yes, and she always just meets me on that level. Like, she's always just like, if I'm like, we're doing a song about this, and it's very weird, she's like, yeah, and then she does it with me. So she's actually on 2 songs in this project, and they're
great.
like polar opposites, like
Great.
It's like nights and day, just completely different songs, but she meets me wherever we meet each other, so it's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what's in store? Not what's in store, because we know what's in store.
Yeah.
It's that amazing titled album, right?
Yeah, the audio shock therapist.
The audio shock therapist. Like, fuck. Do you have like an artist draw who this therapist looks like? That'd be pretty cool.
So my girlfriend Oro Marzo, she's an amazing artist. She's a graphic designer. She paints.
Oh, great.
And we met during right before the pandemic hit, and we started dating each other, and we've been together ever since. And her art is amazing, and every time I have her release, she's the one that she does it, and I just love working with her. And so it was like,
she has an idea already.
I would just tell, like, I just send her the songs. I'm like, these are the songs. This is the title. Whatever you think feels right, you do you.
Cool.
And she comes up with the craziest things. So that's it. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, so we know what's in store. What does your path look like in 5-10 years for you? What do you say, like, this is my goal, that's what I'm shooting for, I'd be happy with this, or like, what do you think of your future?
I think I'm just one of this. I love exploring, and I love exploring all facets of the universe. And so wherever I am in 5-10 years, I just know that I'm going to be exploring a different version of myself, or expanding on a different version of myself. I don't really think about it in like, these are the kind of goals. I just know that I want to make sure that I'm at whatever platform I'm on, I'm using it as a means to also share with people, to remind them that they are omnipotent. Because it's really important for me people to remember that they are so strong and they can do so much. And that's why my Instagram, most of the things I post are always like messages of affirmation or hope, and it's just because I want people to remember that, like, we're all humans, and even if someone seems so high up in their goals, they're still a human being, and if I can be where I'm at, someone else can, because I pushed myself and I struggled and I fell and I have good days and I have bad days, and I remind people that, like, I'm a human being and some days are rough. That's why I posted a thing that today about, like, I'm really struggling with this, is because I want people to remember that, like, it's not just because when I was a kid and I would look at all the celebrities, they always felt so far away and so unreachable. And it always kind of felt like I would never attain that. and then I got to the point where I became known as I'm seen as a celebrity, and I don't want people to look at me as this ideology, that's this idea that they can never reach. I want people to be like, no, you can. And I'm human too, and we're omnipotent. We have this power. I think it's fascinating as human beings that we can have an idea. We can go like, that'll be cool, and then we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Just that for me, it's fascinating. That I could be sitting down going, and I'm going, oh wait 1 second, and before you know it, you have a whole song. You can turn whatever is in here into some reality. And I want people to remember that whatever it is that's in here, whatever it is that's in here, whatever it is that they want, this fire, that passion that you have inside you, that thing that is so irrationally you, that you need to do it. Whatever it is, if it's you love collecting Transformers, and it's just I love collecting Transformers, then go collect those Transformers, because you are gonna feel so alive. Whenever I make a song, I finish it, I'm so excited to play it to my girlfriend. I'm like, oh my God, look what I just did. And she's like, wow. And I'm like, wow, yeah. But it's because I'm doing what I know I was made to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I want. Wherever I'm at in 5-10 years, I want to make sure that I'm still teaching people to find their power.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
You got to talk to my kids. My son is having that debate in his mind now. He's 16. We're trying to get him on a path to, college, this and that. And he loves wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I like wrestling too as a kid. He's like, no, I want to be a wrestler. I'm like, as a father, it's like, oh, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, no, hold on. You want to do it. I'm not saying, no, I want you to learn first, because that's the problem, is we don't know.
Yeah.
So you have to see it.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do it and you want to hurt yourself all the time, go ahead.
Yeah.
If that's what has to come out, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
But I want you to see it first. You have to, because an idea is an idea, and an idea of writing music is amazing.
Yeah.
Then when you actually start, you know the work that it takes.
It takes, yeah.
So some of us will continue doing that work like you.
Yeah.
Others will say, fuck, this is way too much work.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the important part, is follow it.
Yeah.
But get a taste of it.
Yeah.
And then know that, oh, wow.
Yeah.
If 4 hours in and you're doing that 2 bars of piano lick, and you finally got it, gives you that, oh my God,
yeah.
I can't wait to work on the next 4 bars. Okay, now, keep doing that.
Yeah.
But some people go, oh, I just finished that, I have to do it again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't get that rush, if you go then it's not
And
your thing.
you have to realize that everybody's like that.
Yeah.
It could be for you, or maybe it's not. I know I've heard some interviews where wrestlers take a fucking slap in the face.
Yeah.
And they say, I get a rush from it.
Yeah.
For me, it wouldn't last more than a second. I
I'm
get
done.
one,
I'm
and
good.
I'm getting the fuck out.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But follow your dreams, like you
Yeah.
say. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Let's do it.
I want to do something called Worst Gig Ever.
Worst gig ever.
And
okay.
I guess because you've done some acting gigs as well, so it could be something that was other than Spotify nightmare.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty up there.
That's pretty up there. That's
Yeah. So worst gig.
Yeah, worst gig ever. Something that you can say.
Yeah. I think it was the worst audition.
Okay.
When I first got into acting, and maybe I got into my little inflated ego, because I sent in a demo reel, and I got a few agents that were interested, and there's one I really liked, and I started working with them, and they sent me to my first audition. It was for the Bold Type.
Okay.
Yeah, it was for the Bold Type, and I went to the audition, and I nailed it, and I got the role, and they were just like, your first audition ever, you got a role? And it was a principal role, so they're like, your first audition. And in my head, I was like, I am good at this. I could do no wrong.
In the arts, yeah.
And, I was like, I could do no wrong. I was just like, I got this. And then the second audition they sent me for was it was a medical person, and it was just like, it had all this medical jargon. And in my head, I was like, I got this. Because I was just like, I got the first one easy. Yeah. I did so bad in this audition. I had all the words, all the jargon. It was all in here, and for some reason.
But it came out like that, probably, right?
It froze.
Oh shit!
I was confident. They said action, and I was confident until opened my mouth and I was like, where did the words go? What happened? And my brain just went blank. And I don't understand because there was no nerves. There was nothing. It just decided not to stick, stick. And I don't know why. And that moment was like, and I instantly got so much self-doubt.
Maybe because there was no nerves.
Maybe that was it.
Right.
And I had so much self-doubt and I just couldn't do it. And like, I wanted them to stop asking me to do it again.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, it's not gonna happen. Like,
it's not happening. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Try again. No.
I was like, we don't have to do this. And they kept asking me, hey, one more time. And I could feel them going like, don't worry, you got this. I was like, no, I really don't got this. And I don't know why, but we're done. Like this is not happening. And that was
probably worst gig ever.
It took me a long time to recover because I was just like, what happened? And I couldn't understand what happened. And it really was that I got too cocky.
In the arts, though, we need to, the cockiness is, you need some cockiness.
Yeah.
But you need to get kicked in the ass.
Yeah,
too. It's a mix of
little.
Yeah, it's like the fighter in hockey, right?
Yeah.
It's good to be cocky.
Yeah.
But when you get that one shot that says, hey, take it easy, there's always one guy that's going to put you in your place.
Yeah.
And in the arts, it's true, though.
Yeah.
Never get too cocky as a musician, as a singer, anything, an actor, a dancer, whatever it is. Don't get too cocky. It's the work that makes you good.
Yeah, it's the work, and I think exactly what it is, because like I feel like I was so confident that when that part of my brain was going like, yeah, maybe we should run that line one more time, I was like,
I got it.
Shut up, other part of myself.
But you have to learn it though. That's
you really do.
You really do.
You really do.
Because you need that. You need to say, I got this.
Yeah.
It's part. Because if you don't, then you come across as nervous, and that's not going to come out.
Yeah.
So you need it, but you need to know how to judge it, and failing is how you do it.
It's hard, and because I'm always in front of cameras and screens and things like that. Like, I never noticed the red light because I'm just like, yeah. It was the first time that I was just like, that red light is staring at me, judging me.
There it is, like right there.
I was like, it is judging me. It is going like, what happened? So then that was rough, and I went to my after the audition, I went to my agent. I was just like, I need acting lessons. I need this. I need that. I need that. And she was just like, chill. She's like, it's
part of the game.
It happens. And I the audition right after that one, I nailed it, and I was just like, okay, all right, listen, I'm good. It was just like a blip. It was a blip, but it was also part of my letting my ego take over. So like I've learned ever since then. It's like, nah, man. Like even when you've got this, it's okay to be like, but let me still.
Yeah, just in case.
Let me still, because it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So
cool.
So now, no matter what I do now, like even because when I perform, I don't get nervous before I go on stage because I'm so used to it. But like but the second they call my name and I'm walking to the stage, I'm fine. The second I'm in front of the mic, and like it's the 5 seconds before my mouth opens to sing, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and that's the one.
Yeah, but I love those nerves. I'm just like, okay. We have the nerves because we care.
Yeah. And then the first couple of words, you're a little tense, and then when everyone just kind of looks and then you just go,
yeah. Here we go. Now it's my world.
Yeah, exactly. I want to do a quick segment called First Thought.
Let's do it.
I'm going to ask you something like favorite food.
Okay, and that's just it?
Yeah, favorite
chocolate chip cookies. Don't I?
Really?
I'm obsessed.
Love it.
Problems.
Homemade?
Yes, I love homemade, but I don't like making them.
Yeah, fucking.
And I like going.
It's always better when someone else makes it.
But I like going to cafes that make homemade chocolate chip cookies because first of all, it's like you did it, but it tastes like home. This is perfect.
Perfect. Okay. Favorite TV show?
Oh, favorite. I want to. That's a tough one. I'm a huge nerd, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be
Big Bang Theory.
No, not even. Favorite TV show. I really like Dexter.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I was just. That's
the last season was iffy, but
yeah, the last
one
season,
that they just
the one I just did.
Yeah,
I don't know why they needed to. Like, listen, I liked it, but I could have lived without it.
Yeah.
I didn't need it.
Yeah.
But I really like Dexter, and I didn't get into it until much later, and because I didn't understand what people were so obsessed with this character. But then I watched it, and I was just like, this is well written. Wow, the little dark passenger, like okay.
Yeah.
And what I like about the character is that it's like I'm not trying to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't watched it. Actually, go watch it. But like he doesn't do things out of the goodness out of his. He's not doing what he's doing out of the goodness of his heart. He's doing it so he doesn't do it to other people, to the right people or to the wrong people.
To the wrong people, yeah.
But he's only operating on a code. And that for me was just like it's not an emotional response. It's more like a logical response. I find that really fascinating.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, Dexter's a good
Like
show.
I didn't like the last. Not that I don't want to say I didn't like it. It wasn't needed.
Yeah.
But I think they tried to answer that.
It didn't need its.
Well, yeah, but deep. I find because that character fascinated me as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like we all think it. Like, it's like I'd love to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing something kind of good.
Yeah.
In the end, we know it's not.
Yeah.
You don't fix bad with bad.
Yeah.
And it's a path that you're never going to be able to stick to the code always.
Yeah.
And then once you sway a little bit, it's going to kind of, So I think they wanted to tell that story because maybe some people didn't get that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, that was interesting because I like that. I like that show. It's a really good show. I mean, I got to ask you now, since we're on TV show, best movie of all time.
There's two.
Okay.
There's two. I'm going to start with Gladiator.
Nice.
And
Love it.
And I love Gladiator, and because in my mind's eye, every time I replay that movie, it's that scene with the hands touching the blades of grass.
Oh, yeah.
It's my mind sees it. I'm just like, beautiful cinematography. And that's the first time I saw something that was just like,
whoa,
that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's why it's my favorite movie. Second is I love The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight because of
a lot.
of
There's a lot in it.
yeah, but what's his name? Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger was-
his performance as the Joker was just like
Untouchable.
It's epic.
Untouchable.
it's.
And I'm surprised the new one, which is very good. I don't know if you saw the new Joker.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked it. But
Is it Jared Leto, that one?
it was...
Oh no, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
It was really... I'm surprised someone like Joaquin, and he's amazing, that he took the... Not chance, but I would never take that role. Like, after Heath Ledger,
Yeah.
it's like, I can't touch
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, but he definitely did a good job. His own twist was fantastic in it.
Yeah, I like the fact that like the Heath Ledger's Joker felt more like psychotic.
Yeah. Mhm.
But like demented, that just wants to do things because reasons.
Yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix's Joker felt like because his was created by the society he lived in.
Yeah.
So he felt more delicate. And like you sympathize for him because he felt like this small character that was just like abused until he discovers that there's power in like, and then I was just like that switch. I was just like, wow,
Yeah, that
what
one
a
scene in the apartment.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Touching. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so cool. Best show that you've ever seen?
Best show that I've seen.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in person, but all of Michael Jackson shows.
Okay, true.
Every single.
I was waiting for that last show.
Yeah,
I never saw
I
the-
know. What was it called again? This is it.
This is it.
This is it. Yeah,
I
was.
really wanted to go to that one.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, like all his shows, just like I said, it's molded me into what I do, so that when I put on a show, I want people to walk out going,
Gotcha.
man, I felt good, man.
I got a good question for you now because I'm going to take you out of your box.
Oh, here we go.
Best rock band of all time.
Ooh,
Right?
best rock band of all time.
Because it's not, I mean, I don't know if you're a big rocker or not, but I don't see you as a rocker. I see you more as Michael Jackson in that vein, you know, Prince.
You know, one of my
maybe?
favorite songs, "Kill Me." Is it "Kiss Me, Thrill Me"? U2.
Oh, yeah. Hold Me, Thrill Me,
Hold
Kiss
Me,
Me.
Kiss Me. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. Good tune. Yeah.
That song,
yeah.
it's so good. But it could also be because it was part of the Batman Forever soundtrack. The Batman song. But that song, it's on my gym playlist. Like there's something about. But if my favorite rock band is gonna be System of a Down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good one.
System of a Down. When they did Chop Suey.
Yeah.
That whole album, was it called Toxicity?
Yep.
It's like because you're right. I didn't up until that point. I didn't really listen to like music that wasn't R&B or rap or like like mainstream pop. And then I heard Chop Suey, and I was like, I was like, what is this song? Like all the different levels from his chorus, his verses were so like
The time signatures are all different.
I was just like, what is this? And I got the album. I was like, this album's epic. So I think that album might be one of my favorite albums of all time.
Wow.
And they might be one of my favorite bands of all time.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to take Michael Jackson out of this equation and ask you who's the best front person of all time, other than Michael Jackson, because he's a unanimous win there.
Oh man, but you front person. You have to give it to Prince.
Yeah.
Prince
Yeah.
owned owned the stage. Like I feel like where Michael was the greatest performer, Prince was the greatest versatilityst.
Absolutely.
He just could do everything. Yeah. He could do everything, and so like Prince for me, Prince and Michael they're very close.
Did you watch on Netflix the We Are the World?
No, I haven't seen that.
You gotta watch it.
I gotta see that.
Really cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
I gotta see that. But yeah, Prince and Michael. I know they had their rivalry. I always hope that they would do a song together.
Yeah.
I always hope, and they were supposed to do "Bad" together. I think Michael Jackson proposed "Bad."
Oh, really?
And then Prince turned it down because he didn't like the lines. He didn't like the "Your butt is mine." He didn't like the fact that Michael would sing that to him, and he was just like, no. So
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
It's really hilarious that Prince had a huge ego. He wouldn't allow himself to feel smaller than Michael, even if the line was just a line.
Okay.
I found it pretty funny.
Yeah, well, he actually turned down We Are the World.
No, he didn't show up.
Oh, that's right. He didn't show up.
He didn't show up.
Probably because Michael was there. He was like, is Michael there?
If you
watch
watch
it,
it, it's really
freaky.
funny. You watch
Yeah.
it's pretty cool because they recorded it all in one weekend, right?
Yeah.
And so Prince didn't show up. Probably, maybe, we don't know why.
Yeah.
And they turned, okay, we need someone to replace Prince's part. So they turned, who should we get? Oh, Huey Lewis. And this dude was like, Huey Lewis and you was great. He's like, all of a sudden, and you see him talking, all of a sudden, I'm replacing Prince. And like, all eyes, all these fucking amazing musicians are staring at me record my line.
Yeah.
He's like, you have no idea that feeling.
Yeah.
And I haven't had this before. I came out with 2 songs and all of a sudden. But it's pretty funny. It's a really good thing to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the last thing. I'm going to try and spin it because I don't know. So we usually do a segment where we put together our all-time favorite band. So you pick who's playing what instrument. I'm going to ask it to say what would be your like, I don't know, do you get into drummers and bass players and
I wouldn't know all their names. Like I know them, but I wouldn't know their names.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So I'm going to ask you to put together like your lineup of vocalists. What would be your lineup of vocalists if you had like a lead and 4 others and they would each do a song? Like who would you go gravitate to?
I feel like my my group right now would be super dope, but because they're all lead singers and they all have the same range, they'll probably all compete for who's number one.
They're fighting.
In my world, it's like you have Michael Jackson and Prince.
Yeah.
You also have Justin Timberlake.
Oh, yes, very good.
You have Justin Timberlake. You also have The Weeknd, because I think he's amazing. I want to be on that group as well.
Absolutely.
Just so people can be like, you and The Weeknd are very similar. I'm like, here's the difference between us. Here we go.
Exactly,
I would also want to throw in Seal. I really like Seal.
Great.
Nice, very nice voice.
Great singer.
Yeah, I would throw in Seal. Maybe a little Lenny Kravitz as well.
Cool.
As you can see, I'm choosing a lot of people who are who are fronts.
Yeah.
So like, no one's gonna want to be
You
like.
have a female that
Oh, yes.
that hits you?
Well, I mean, there's always. I love Janet Jackson. But I just feel like it's obvious. You throw. You know what? Whitney Houston.
Yeah, man.
I would also throw in Christina Aguilera.
She's a monster.
I would choose Whitney Houston, Christina Aguilera, and Adriana Grande. Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
I would choose the 3 of them because they're very strong vocalists, and I feel like they would also like compete. But I think I'm also putting this band together because I think it'd be hilarious to watch all these people kind of be like try to vie for like number 1.
All these heads taking over. Like
they're like,
all
I'm singing the main line. No, I'm singing the main line. No, I'm singing the main line. Like, and I just me in the background like unbelievable.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lineup. You pick Lenny Kravitz. You see, that's someone that people don't really talk about, but fucking guy's a beast, man.
Yeah.
Great singer, great presence.
Yeah.
What a presence.
Yeah.
What a vibe.
That song was like, I wanna get away. Oh man.
Yeah.
Just the
A
whole
funny
vibe.
story. Prince's bass player, Rhonda Smith. She's a Montrealer.
Oh really?
She played in a wedding band that my friend played in for
That's
years.
so awesome.
And then, sorry guys, I gotta leave. I'm going to play with Prince.
Yeah.
She had a huge career with Prince. She was Prince's bass player till he passed.
That's awesome.
Rhonda Smith was an amazing Montreal musician. So Stephen, thank you so much.
This is over. We're having a good time.
We can do it all
We can
night.
do it. Let's do part 2. Let's go.
Will you be back?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? We're gonna have you on Let's Talk It Out as well.
Okay. Yes. Please. Yes.
Your vibe is awesome. The talk is amazing. I'm so glad to have met you.
Thank you.
I think we're gonna have more collaborations. We're gonna have more sessions. Absolutely.
Yeah.
where can people find you? Where do people look? Stephen Voyce on Instagram, Facebook. Listen to his music, download it, buy it.
Yeah.
Do all of that.
Yeah. I'm everywhere, but like my main hub is Instagram. And I love Instagram because you can do everything there. So Stephen Voyce, STEPHEN, sorry, STEPHENVOYCE.
Yeah, man.
And that's it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Guys, check him out. His songs are awesome. The music is fantastic. We're going to play it out now as we leave. I'm going to play the video. I'm going to say bye, and then the video is going to play after this, and it's great. The song Scream.
Scream.
Which is the first
song. The one
that he wanted to set the table with.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a chance to check it out here. And thanks again for coming on. Thanks for inspiring us. Thanks for getting into the stories and breaking the news of your title. Therapist,
yeah.
right?
My publicist is going to be like, Steven, he didn't talk to me. He didn't talk to me. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm a wild card.
It was too hard. He gave me,
he was so cool.
Awesome. So once again, thank you so much. Thanks, Lisa, for everything you do.
I
guys,
didn't do much, but okay.
Thank you. You're pressing buttons there, and it's great.
It's important.
Thanks for our sponsors. Again, guys, we're on Apple Podcasts if you want to listen, Spotify if you want to listen, YouTube, all of that stuff. Go subscribe, check it out. Sessions with Stef. We always have some great artists, as you can tell. We've got some good ones coming up. The lineup is ready to go, and it's going to be a good summer of Sessions with Stef. So, guys, once again, thank you so much for listening, watching, and keep it up. And we're going to take you out with Scream.